When you were shooting your first thing, I feel like weddings are like one of the first things where photographers seem to like fall into, just from like, I guess, looking at like you, Jared, even Riley does a fair bit now.
Yeah.
Are they just kind of, why do you reckon that's like the kind of the beginning for, well, not beginning, but kind of.
Interesting question, I think, hey, because like I feel like maybe it's just like a really, I don't know, it's interesting one, because I know a lot of people that you know, I know a few people now looking back that didn't take that path as well, but like a lot of crew that I know that like run successful businesses, or like, you know, I think two things. The reasons are probably because it's a pretty plentiful industry. Like people are getting married all the time, and there's a lot of like range. You know, there's like a pretty low entry point because, you know, people, you know, and I definitely don't recommend this, but you can get a wedding photographer for $500 to $1,000, or you can pay $8,000 for the day. Like there's this massive range in there. So the entry point's like kind of a bit achievable. And like, you know, if you're paying $1,000, you're probably going to get someone that hasn't done a lot of weddings, or, you know, doesn't have that much experience. And then on the photographer's side, it's like, it's the best training of all time, because you've got one shot. Like, you know, you can't be like, oh, yep, sorry, missed the kiss, let's run that back again. Like, no one's going to do that for you.
Do you reckon there's been a photographer out there that's done that? Like, that if you missed
Probably.
it, it's just like, guys, I hate to do it, but do you want the photo?
You know what? I can tell you, I've had a couple of times where I personally have, you know, it's whether it was really quick or like something happened, you know, like some freaks that like the camera stopped or whatever. And I've missed it once, I've only ever missed it once, I think, but I was really lucky. I like was pretty close with the couple, and I didn't get them to run it back, but I was like, they sort of caught eye contact with me, and I was like, and then they did, and they were like, because they were so fast, and I was like, and the camera I think was like loading like it was like writing to the memory card. Like definitely learned my lesson there. Got faster memory cards after this one. But yeah, and then I was like, and then they did, and I was like, bang, yeah, got it.
Anyone listening, Andy's pointing to his lips like he was getting them. He's like, lips.
Yeah,
lips. At least you got it, man. When you started shooting, were you shooting, because I know my brother used to do this, he would shoot video and photo, and I just feel like that would be like, you just don't stop.
Yeah, dude, that's what I did. So I transitioned into doing like only, so I sort of started shooting wedding photos with my mate Jesse, and then like I was assisting him. And I shot a bunch of weddings for free just to kind of get my foot in the door. And then I was shooting and assisting other people for free, just learning. I was like, I don't want to be paid. I just want to like, people who have this real like, you know, oh, don't ever work for free. But there's so many like good things that can come of it if you do it in the right way, you know? Because I just was like, I don't care about getting paid. I just want to like come and learn from you. And then I would make myself kind of so invaluable that they'd be like, oh damn, we have to pay you to have you back because you make my job easier.
Yeah, well that's funny because exactly what you're saying. I keep telling Riley that I'm like, next time you shoot a wedding, can I come? I don't even know if he's keen or not, if he's like, but I was like, I honestly was like, yeah, don't pay me, man. I just want to come in and like try. And I feel like it's like, as soon as you're paid, there's like an expectation of a certain quality where I'm like, I don't want any expectations. I just want to shoot some photos, and if they're good, they're good. If not, it's like no skin off your nose. Like you go about what you would do anyway, and I'm just floating around, and I'm sure I'd get like something decent or something you could use. But yeah, just to learn. Like,
well, that's the other thing, right? Because like when you're not exchanging money for your time, you are, you know, you have this certain sort of creative freedom where like you get. It feels like you have the ability to be more creative in a way, because there's like there's not that expectation there of like, you're going to capture it the normal way or whatever. So I know heaps of photographers that like shot a bunch of like free weddings, like not for anyone else, but just like hit up cool couples or whatever that they knew, or like put something out there online and found really cool weddings to go and shoot, and then just shot them their own way to then sort of start their career, you know, which is an interesting way. And I'm sure you can do that in so many different fields. But
a certain style that you have about it.
Yeah, they were just like, I'm just going to go and be 100% creative and do what I want by just like finding these people and being like, hey, I'm going to come to you. And they were all, my mate, this is basically like my mate Jai Long, who runs like he now runs an online course teaching people how to you know, make six figures shooting weddings. It's called Six Figure Business Map. Yeah. But like he that's how he started his career. He like ran around, like flew to the States and was there for like 3 or 4 months and just saved up a bunch of money, sold his car, did all this stuff just to go, spent like 20 grand staying there for like, he spent like 20 grand to go and shoot weddings for like a couple of months or something crazy like that. Yeah, but he learned
so much from it.
Yeah, and he also got a portfolio that looks exactly how he wanted it to look, rather than them being like, here's your shot list. Yeah. And then you're like,
it's crazy when money gets like, brought into the equation how much like it can kill your creative side or put this extra pressure on you that it needs to be something.